without a need to succeed. No one, never. Because the whole idea to start on your own is to find your passion, to discover something novel, moving, inspiring, to discover something new and extraordinary in yourself, the idea and the business you choose to do. Consider a new role. Find an entrepreneur in you. Take risks. Crave for the new. Build new relationships. Find new energy to break all barriers. Become one with your idea, your passion and belief. Well, since 1999, we have partnered and nurtured more business relationships than any other company. Helping entrepreneurs explore new businesses is not just what we believe in, it has always been who we are. Since Gaurav packed his bags and left off in search of the extraordinary, we have opened and put more businesses on a growth path than anybody else. And the best thing about growth is that it never stops knocking on the doors of successful people. Successful people who are always looking for the right opportunity. We all get a moment with that opportunity. And right now, somewhere around you, right here, there is an opportunity waiting just for you. An opportunity that could lead you on your path for the rest of your life. As franchise Indians every day, everything we do is creating an opportunity for you. Because your growth is our business.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on this webinar called Business Opportunity Over Chai. Business Opportunity Over Chai is a webinar series presented by the management of Franchise India every day at 12 o'clock in the afternoon with an aim to introduce to a new business opportunity. Over the last 27 years, Franchise India has helped thousands of investors in selecting the right franchise business for them. Today, we will introduce you a new business opportunity with a popular Vietnamese coffee chain called 3 O'Clock Coffee. 3 O'Clock Coffee is a popular Vietnamese coffee chain with a strong presence in Vietnam. It was founded back in 2016 in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Since then, it has expanded to multiple locations across the country. 3 O'Clock Coffee brings authentic Vietnamese coffee experience, modern cafe aesthetics, and high-quality ingredients. It also emphasizes a coffee culture that blends traditional and contemporary experience. The brand is now a very aggressive in franchise expansion plan across top cities in India. But before we start the brand presentation and talk more about the brand and the business opportunity, let me introduce you to today's panel. I would like to welcome Madam Phi Nguyen, the chairwoman of Vietnam Franchising and Licensing Network and co-founder of 3 O'Clock. We also have Tuan Nguyen, the founder and CEO of 3 O'Clock. And I'm also joined with Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, the Managing Director of Franchise India, Nikita Lomesh, Senior Finance Consultant, and Prabhakar Maheshwari, VP Sales Franchise India. But before we start talking more about the brand and the business opportunity, I would request Sonia ma'am to please take the lead and set the context. And then we'll further talk more about the brand and the business opportunity. Yeah, over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Bharat. And friends, a very good morning to all of you. And I would also like to extend my gratitude to our panel members, Ms. Phi, who's a co-founder. She's a renowned entrepreneur, angel investor, and brings a lot of unparalleled expertise and experience in the startup innovation. She's also the chair for the Vietnamese Franchise Association, as Bharat has put across. And I'd like to also welcome founder and CEO of the company, Ms. Tuan. And she's a very dynamic entrepreneur at a very young age. And she's also the driving force behind 3 O'Clock Coffee. And she has successfully built a brand that blends tradition with a lot of, modernity, which creates a completely, a space, inviting space for the community that they service. And like Bharat said, the company started way back in 2016 at Saigon, and this is a city that never sleeps. And so was the concept of 3 o'clock coffee, which they created, which opens 24/7, which is anytime coffee place for the community they were servicing. And until now, it has been constantly developing, and they continue to also expand the chain of their stores with the aim to bring a very new perspective on the habit of going to coffee, enjoying tea, cakes, and the typical overnight culture that has quickly attracted as well as becoming attached to, familiar with the Saigon people. So I let, our founding team talk about the business. But before we do that, I'd like to also tell all our friends who have joined in. This was an opportunity that, in fact, Franchise India Fran Global had been following on for quite some time. And we've taken the master rights and we've partnered with 3 o'clock coffee for 4 countries, which includes India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and Nepal. And I also see our audience that has joined in from other countries, including India. So friends, we'll be happy to take any questions as we take you through the webinar. We'll talk about the opportunity at large, the concept of 3 o'clock coffee, the offerings that we have, and then we'll take you through the business model. And primarily, we are focusing largely on area developers for India and also for master rights for countries, which is Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh. But at the same time, we'll be happy to also look at any multi-franchise unit opportunities that come outside India. So friends, make this webinar engaging and keep writing any questions that you have. We'll try to take as many questions as we run you through the entire presentation. And Prabhakar, that you see on the panel, is heading the entire project, and he'll be happy to connect with you post the webinar. We'll be happy to take you through the financials and presentations for all the interested parties or partners. But for the time being, we'll try to cover as much as we can in the next, say, 45 odd minutes that we have at hand. And Nikita is our consultant who's worked very closely with the team of 3 o'clock coffee in putting these financials for the Indian market. So thank you so much, friends, for coming and attending the webinar once again. Over to you, Fee and Thuan. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Thuận, and I am the CEO of 3 o'clock Coffee. I'm passionate about building brands, creating unique coffee to the customer, and bring the best experiences and driving innovation in the F&B industry. At 3 o'clock, we are more than just a coffee chain. We are a lifestyle brand that bring high quality beverage and a modern cafe experience to our customer. My journey in business has always been guided by a commitment to excellence, creativity, and customer satisfaction. And thank you for being here today, and let's connect and success together. Thank you.
Thank you, Thuận. So you just met my co-founder, Thuận. She's the driving force behind 3 o'clock in Vietnam. A bit about myself. My name is Phi Nguyen, and I'm the chairperson of the Vietnam Franchise Association. I have a lot of years doing international work for franchising based out of Australia. And in my lifetime, I have been working with a very prominent Australian coffee brand and bring the brands to over 70 countries in the world. So I came back to Vietnam in 2017. Started establishing my company to invest into local Vietnamese brands, and 3 o'clock is one of the first brands that I picked out of the pack because of the professionalism that the brand has presented in front of me. Since then, I have been working with Thuận and the team at 3 o'clock to professionalize the brand, the systems, the franchise systems, in order to export the brands overseas. And so far, beside the 4 countries that we have signed and partnered with Franchise India, we have signed a master franchise agreement for the 7 GCC countries in the Middle East with another partner out of Dubai. We have a partner in Indonesia and very soon in the Philippines as well. So very aggressive expansion plan for the brand this year. I'm very excited to be here. So I'll start talking about a bit about the brand and the models and the products behind it. But before I begin, I'll give back to Bharat to show a bit of a video of the brand before we begin. Thank you.
Sure. Let me do that. Hope it is visible, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, it is visible. If you could just try to make it to the full screen.
Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. So you've seen the video. It's a bit about, you know, the farms here in Vietnam producing coffee and tea. And do you know that Vietnam is the second biggest exporter of coffee in the world? So probably the coffee that you're having today comes from Vietnam. It's just that the country itself hasn't been very good at promoting a national brand, a national coffee brand. Only biggest after Brazil, you know. So there's a huge coffee culture in Vietnam. Coffee is out in our DNA, in our culture, and we do everything with coffee. We study with coffee, we meet up with coffee, we share friendship with coffee, we connect with coffee, and we celebrate with coffee. So that's a bit about the Vietnamese coffee culture. These are us. I look better in the photo, but that was me. I'm actually featured on Shark Tank Vietnam as one of the shark investor for season 7, so which is last season, and I'm going to do it again this year for season 8 in Vietnam. Thuận is a very passionate entrepreneur in Vietnam. She's lived with coffee. She grows up with coffee. Her mom owns a cafe. So, you know, she's all about coffee, and I'm all about supporting her to go international. 3 o'clock, as Sonia has said, was established in Vietnam in 2016. And the niche that we see was that if you see the movie Sleepless in Seattle, in Vietnam, we are Sleepless in Saigon. Saigon is the old name of Ho Chi Minh City, the previous name after 1975, after the war ended and we get independence. So it has been a sleepless city for so many years, and because of that and the culture that we have with coffee, 3 o'clock was born to cater to the connection, to the energy, to the lifestyle of the sleepless people of Saigon and of Vietnam altogether. So as I said before, Thuận is an entrepreneur, but she grew up with coffee because her mom used to own a cafe and she used to work in it even during her years at primary school. So coffee is already in her DNA from a very young age. And couple that with the sleepless, vibrant city of Saigon, you then have, it's not 3 a.m. or 3 p.m. At any time of the day, even daytime, even nighttime, you can always find yourself in a place in the city itself. And we are the only and the first 24-hour cafe chain, very successful in Saigon at the moment. All the KOLs, all the micro influencers, all the young and very lifestyle driven people, young people of Saigon knows 3 o'clock. When you come here and ask anyone, they'll say, okay, we'll have a coffee at 3 o'clock because it's always on and always connected. In terms of, so here you see a picture on the left, right? That's a photo of one of the stores that we had near a university, and you can see that it's always full, and you always have people working in the cafe, either as a project group, friends getting together, project in the school, and you see a lot of the artistic people also working on projects like YouTuber and TikToker and fashion people working together. You walk into a store like that and you see people making up because they're ready to have their TikTok video on and live stream their performances and stuff like that. So it's a very vibrant, young and artistic culture. So this is where we are. We were born in Saigon. We're always on. We connect, we create, and we get everybody together. So it's more of a community, a sleepless community than just a coffee chain. This is a signature drink that Peng has brought into the cafe chain from her memory of her mom. It's a herbal tea drink, and I hope that you have a chance to taste the drink when we do the exhibition in May. Sonia, together with Franchise India in India, will see us as well. So
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. So you see the vibrancy not only of the people of the drinks, but also of the brand itself. And born out of that sort of foundation, very strong foundation based on coffee DNA and coffee culture, together with the vision to internationalize and take the brand in a big wave to the global markets. We want to become the most sought after cafe and tea chain, especially for the young generation and in the 24-hour market space. Obviously, we do have locations where it doesn't operate 24 hours, but most of our locations at the moment are 24 hours. As you can see, if you look at the architectural of 3 o'clock, is kind of having a nostalgic feel, a timeless feel of a sleepless city, of a sleepless country, together with the industrial look and feel, very modern, very lifestyle driven, very fashion driven, of a young and upcoming market. Demographic wise, Vietnam, the median age is about 32, right? I think India is about 28, so you're actually younger than us. And our key target market would be about 18 to 28 years old. The first jobbers, the students, the people who are working, the professionals, the entrepreneurs, the startup founders, the SME founders, those who are always on, always connected, always on the go to do something, always striving to success. So that's the key demographics of 3 o'clock at the moment. And obviously, beside that, during the daytime, we'll have a lot of the professionals or the freelancers or the entrepreneurs coming to 3 o'clock for meetings and for business meetings and stuff like that. So that's the profile of the people that you will see in 3 o'clock in Vietnam. And I hope that it would very much the same be in India, because the two countries, we are very close to each other in terms of demographics and also the strive to actually be successful in the future, the young and privacy of the target markets themselves. This is our journey. So established in 2016. Right now we open more than 10 big stores in Vietnam. When I say big stores, it means 500 square meters, 800 square meters, 1,000 square meters. Imagine you have a lighthouse in front of the city every time you come to Vietnam. And I know that a lot of Indians like to travel to Vietnam these days, a lot of direct flights from Vietnam to India. If you land in the airport in Ho Chi Minh City and you come from the airport towards the city center, you will see our lighthouse. Like, you cannot miss it. It's right there on the street, and you can see it. So that's the story of Vietnam so far. But as I said before, now we're expanding. So very soon you will see us in Indonesia, the Philippines, India. Hopefully by May we'll have something to show you already, and the GCC. In terms of products, we have over 30 beverages in the menu, and categorized into about 4 categories. You have the normal espresso based category, cold and hot, and then you have the very Vietnamese product base of coffee, and you'll be very excited to see because coffee is in our DNA. So we have a lot of different types of coffee, also different types of brewing method that we use in Vietnam. So I hope that will be presented inside the coffee house itself in India. So you can basically not only come for a coffee, but also learn more about the DNA of coffee from the second biggest exporter of coffee in the world. This is some of the items on our menu. As you can see, very good visual, very professional images, and the categories that we have beside coffee, beside Vietnamese coffee, there's tea, there's fruit tea, there's milk tea as well on the menu. These are some of the images that you can see about our signature Vietnamese coffees and also espresso-based coffee. Vietnamese, we drink black, but also we drink coffee with condensed milk. Very, very special signature of Vietnam. So a lot of international visitors, when they come to Vietnam, they say the condensed coffee with milk is like a dessert itself. Like you actually, it's very indulgent, and you can really feel the vibrancy of the culture in that cup of coffee. Beside that, we brew a lot of tea. I know India is a tea country, but if we look at tea from a perspective of the Southeast Asia, right, you will see that when we talk about milk tea, right, we talk about Taiwan. Taiwan invents milk tea, but do you know that most of the tea that Taiwan uses in their milk tea comes from Vietnam? Comes from the farms in Vietnam, and mostly the highest quality of tea comes from the farms that we produce, we source our tea from. So again, you probably already consume Vietnamese tea and Vietnamese coffee every day in your life, but you just don't know yet. So it is a great opportunity now for us to basically present the real original coffee and tea from Vietnam to you under a Vietnamese brand name. So very, very appreciative of that, and appreciative of the team in Franchise India for partnering with us. We also have retail products for instant coffee, for retail coffee, retail tea, instant milk tea as well. Here's a few pictures about our coffee origin. So it's about 4 to 5 hours from Saigon itself towards the highlands area where the weather is quite cool, and it's because it's the highlands, so it's where all the tea and coffee are actually planted. With the right weather and the right soil. So that's where we work with exclusive farms to basically provide tea and coffee ingredients to us. This is interesting. You go to an international coffee chain, right? Normally you have Arabica. Vietnamese coffee is a Robusta-based coffee. Very strong and bold and wake you up, and don't sleep, just stay awake and do some more work and be successful in your life kind of vibe. for Vietnamese coffee. So for us, what we do is we do a blend of both Robusta and Arabica so that we can have the boldness in the coffee, but also the smoothness and a bit of romance in the Arabica beans as well. So this is the perfect blend to us to not only invite you into our Vietnamese coffee DNA, but also expand our embrace to the international coffee culture. So very special blend coming from 3 o'clock. As I said before, tea. Taiwan buys from us, so now you can enjoy our tea from the source. These are some of the tea base that we use in the 3 o'clock. So black tea, oolong tea, special jasmine tea that we use to brew not only fruit tea but also our milk tea. There are different categories. So coffee, espresso coffee, machine-based coffee, Vietnamese coffee, fruit tea, milk tea, and also specialty drinks that are having like chocolate or matcha or other also other Vietnamese specialty drinks as well in the menu. So marketing wise, one of the reasons why I invested into this company is because the company is very strong in branding and marketing, and that is one of the foundation for the brand to be successful. And Thuong, she's a young entrepreneur, but she's so marketing driven, right? She's behind all the R&D of the products, but at the same time, she's basically leading the marketing drive of the company itself. So they do very good design, very good photography, very good images, and create beautiful spaces where you walk in and you just want to be part of it for 24 hours. Have a look at this. These are some of the material that we use in offline marketing. We have new product campaigns, we have seasonal campaigns, we have holiday campaigns, we have merchandise, we have retail products, we have tech home products, and at the same time, we run a lot of digital and online campaigns. Probably this company, because it's serving the young generation from 18 to 28. So the main, the key marketing drives are still behind very much digital or social. And that's where I think for the Indian market, it would be a good advantage for the brand to expand as well. Have a look at these. Some of the photos that we have, images that we have for the seasonal drinks and the campaigns or programs that we run on social media, just so that you have an idea how professional support in terms of marketing that you have behind the brand itself. And it's not just about selling the products. We run a lot of big campaigns for forming the community and getting loyal users to travel together with the brand. We have our app and we have our followers on all of our social media at the moment. This is some of the viral videos that we have on TikTok. TikTok is very big in Vietnam. So Thuong, my co-founder herself, is a micro influencer. She's a very hot TikToker as well. So she creates a lot of vibe and followers for the brand itself. We're very much visible on all types of media, from the press, online to offline press. And obviously, we run our own app. So we have all the loyalty programs on the app itself. As you can see right now, we have about 72,000 users. This is actually a number from last December, right, guys? When I audited it last December, it was 72. And then we categorize the members into different tiers of loyalty users according to the value that they input into the system itself. But these are the things that we already have. We have a dashboard, we have data to show very much, you know, who are your best users, who are your most frequent goers to the cafe. We have the features for people to earn points, to redeem points, and also receive all the best news or the latest news about the brand itself. So this will be transferred obviously to the team in India as well for Franchise India to run such a loyalty programs for everyone, all the investors who are on the same journey with us to expand 3 o'clock in the 4 countries. Beside our online, offline media, we are very community-driven company. Myself, my value is in giving back to the society. Thuận, she's always doing that every single year. She has all different programs to give back to the community where we source and also the public where we serve. So we run campaigns for kids, we run campaigns for people, for homeless people. We run campaigns to support education in Vietnam, support rural community in Vietnam, stuff like that. We do it every single year with a lot of different activities, as you can see. We also support environmental causes, so like Earth Hour or sourcing products that are environmentally friendly. Those are the things that we always do and strive to do better every year when we start expanding into new territories. Obviously, we do have recognition, and as you can see, top Vietnamese brands in 2024 and trusted Vietnamese brands in 2024, some of the awards that we receive. So now we're entering India. Yes, I'm so excited. I would like to now invite Nikita to help us to explain about the CapEx and also the financial models as well as the business models that we want to launch in India. Thank you so much, and I'm waiting for your questions later on. Over to you, Nikita.
Sure. Thank you, Sophie. I think it was a wonderful presentation. But before I think I run through the financials, I would like if Sonia ma'am would want to put in any remarks on the India expansion.
Great. Thank you so much, Fee, for putting this presentation. And friends, I'd also request if you have any questions, please use the Q&A. We'll be happy to answer. And just to quickly summarize the business model in which Nikita would run you through the financials, we'll be happy to also discuss these financials one-to-one. So for India, we're looking for area developers, and we've also split the entire country based on the opportunity that we see, which is category A+, A, B, B+, and C. So we have split the market into 5 different categories based on the opportunity that we see in these markets, where the partner would get the right to own and operate one store and develop the respective markets in the regions. And for international markets, we are looking at preferably one partner for a country. So maybe one partner for Sri Lanka, one partner for Nepal, one partner for Bangladesh. But for India, given the diversity of the country and the demographics, we are considering partnership with people who would take ownership of a specific region and they would own and operate. And internationally, I'll say our investment would range anything from I would say 35,000 USD to about 50,000 USD, depending on the format that we would choose. And in India also, we have split the market by opportunity size, and the franchise fees for these markets is based on the opportunity and number of outlets we can own and operate in the markets. And in total, there are 3 formats we are considering for all the markets. One is a kiosk format, which is ideally about 300 square feet of space, good for tourist locations, captive locations like your, IT corporate parks. And the second is the cafe model, which is typically your 800, 1,000 square feet of space, good for your neighborhood markets, malls, and even high streets. And third is the big format, which is the full service restaurant, which would be an area starting upwards of 2,500 square feet. In Vietnam, they do locations which are even 10,000 square feet of space, full service restaurant. In India, we would start at about 3,000 and upwards of space. So I'll let Nikita, run you through the financials and different formats, and we'll be happy to take any questions that you have. And friends, also please share your profile when you reach out to us. It will help us in making our conversation more productive. Thank you, Nikita.
Sure. Thank you so much, ma'am. So hi everyone. Since I think we have already discussed entirely about the brand, how they have, I think, achieved what they have today in Vietnam, and we welcome, I think, 3 o'clock now to India. And we have this different kind of models, because I think coffee is a beverage which would go into your IT corporate parks. It could go into your high streets and prominent or good malls. It can go into your travel kiosk as a travel kiosk as well. So what we would want to appoint is, we would want to appoint these area developers who can attain a certain number or develop a certain number of centers in their regions. So if I discuss the most prominent regions, which is the Greater Mumbai and Delhi NCR, these regions can give a rollout of close to 50 units at a master franchise fee or an area developer fee of $100,000, which is roughly around 90 lakh rupees. You can get an area developer right for these regions. Coming to the A city category, which gives you your rollout of 75 stores. This will be given at a franchise master fee of close to 72,000 USD, which is roughly around 60 lakhs. And these regions accommodate to your Hyderabad, Greater Bangalore, your Tri-City Punjab, J&K being a single region, and Chennai. So these metro cities would fall for these under this section. If we talk about the city category for B plus, which includes regions such as Kerala, Pune, Northeast, your West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, and rest of Maharashtra plus Goa, this becomes the revenue source for 15 centers, and you can expect it at a master franchise fee of 54,000 USD, which is roughly around 45 lakh rupees. The city B, which gives you a 10 unit rollout at 30 lakh rupee master fee, which is roughly around 36,000 USD, can go for Madhya Pradesh, Bihar plus Jharkhand, and the rest of Tamil Nadu. When we talk about the remaining regions, which are your city C category, which gives you a 5-store rollout, these centers would be open in areas for a 30,000 USD master fee, which is roughly around 25 lakh rupees. And if I'll give you an idea, how do we propose this? So for a A plus city, we would want the partner to at least have 25 cafe, which would fall into your high street, selected high street malls. 5 centers could be for the cafe dining, which, as discussed, will be the 24/7 operations, which I think is a forte for the brand. They're already running these centers in Vietnam, so they have a lot of experience into that. These centers could range somewhere starting from 3,000 square feet and go up to 10,000 square feet as well. And if I'll talk about an area developer, these partner would at least have to open one of their own centers, and we would urge these partner to open these 24/7 centers, because that becomes the most prominent operational ground, and I think training centers for these partners as well. Now, what you earn as a revenue is the revenue that comes through your own centers. You earn 40% on the royalty that are collected from the sub-franchise units. So you pay 60% of that royalty to the brand. When we talk about the sub-franchise fee that you collect from these unit stores that you are going to sub-franchise, you earn 40% of the franchise fee from these partner, and 60% is what out of the collected you pay to the brand. And ideally, of all the rollout that we have proposed, the partner can easily break even in a period of 15 to 18 months if they have a steady development plan for these franchisees. And since these are more towards your master franchisee or an area developer, I'd like to discuss on how the unit stores are going to work for. So your travel stores, travel kiosks, or maybe something that we present into your corporate or IT campuses could be a 300 square feet kiosk. These kiosk could run on the store setup of close to 30 lakh rupees, which is roughly around $36,000. You pay a franchise fee of $6,000 on these account. Your monthly sales could be achieved somewhere close to 5 lakh rupees as an average, which is roughly around $6,000 to $7,000. You pay a 7% royalty on the total sales to the brand, and these stores can break even within a period of 18 to 20 months, giving you an annualized ROI of 70 to 75%. Similarly, if we talk about a bigger center, which is a dine-in kind of a self-service center for your high streets and mall, these could be somewhere between 800 to 1,500 square feet. The total investment in these centers would be somewhere close to 54,000 USD, where you pay us 12,000 USD as a franchise fee. In Indian currencies, this is close to 45 lakh rupee of investment, giving a franchise fee of 10 lakh rupees. These stores can achieve your sales of up to 12 to 15 lakh rupees, and these, which means roughly around 15,000 USD as monthly sales. These stores again pay a 7% royalty on the total sales, and around 70% annualized ROI is what you achieve in these centers. I think the flagship centers for us, which is your 24/7 dine-in centers, are the one which will be serving the full menu that is available for the brand. These centers would start somewhere around 3,000 square feet and onwards. The total investment for these stores is close to 60 lakh rupees, including 10 lakh rupee as a franchise fee, which roughly translate to around 100,000 USD as a total cost of the store, including 12,000 USD as the franchise fee. These stores could achieve your sales between 20 to 25 lakh rupees, giving a 7% royalty. These stores can achieve your ROIs close to 100 and above 100% as well, and giving you a break even within a period of 1.5 to 2 years. So these are the three formats that we want to launch into Indian markets. And please note that our primary focus is to develop regions across India. I think we have shared the entire detail with you, but any detailed version of financials in terms of the OPEX, all the expenses, how the revenues are run, you can connect with Franchise India team, and we can share this detailed plan for 3 o'clock expansion in India. Thank you so much.
Great, thanks, Nikita. And friends, I would like to also maybe, give you a glimpse of the website of 3 o'clock Coffee. If you allow me, I'll share the screen with all our friends who have joined in. And if you want to quickly run through, I see some amazing pictures of your stores on the website. Right. Great. And this is the website of the company. I hope everybody can see that now. Let me see if I can translate that to English. I'm able to do that. Okay. So these are some of the amazing locations and stores which they're running in Vietnam. Tafi, you want to give a background to it?
Yes, so we do have stores in various locations. I think there's a question in the Q&A asking how is it that our pricing in comparison to international cafe brands. In actual fact, you look at the design, you look at the space, you look at the amazing products that we are serving. Retail price at the moment, we're actually at about 40 or 50% of international brands. So you get the best for half the price. How's that? Here you can see also we update our new products all the time. So every new season, every holiday, we have new products. Every year, we have 4 different new product campaigns. So we keep on not only promoting the core products of the season and the menu, but also create new items to elevate the brand. A few of the news that we have on our loyalty, on our community activities. So it's a full-fledged website, and we're going to launch the same for India very soon.
Thank you so much, Fee. And friends, you can also refer the website. There's a lot of information that you can find on the website of 3 o'clock Coffee. So this is what we had to share with you today. And also just to add, if you look at Vietnam is a nation which is known for deep-rooted culture of coffee, where the drink is more than just a drink. It is a national passion, as I understand. And a blend of a lot of tradition, innovation, and local ingredients, that make the coffee culture in Vietnam truly one of its kind. And this is what, we at Fran Global and Franchise India bring to the 4 markets, which is India, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Bangladesh. What is also very interesting, I think Phi did talk about, is the art of brewing. If you look at the Vietnamese technique, it is very, very unique. And also one of the most fascinating aspects of the Vietnamese coffee culture is the preparation method, which is very unique to them. Unlike the quick coffee brewing method, which is used mostly in the West world, coffee in Vietnam is often brewed slowly and with a lot of precision, which allows the flavors to develop and infuse completely in the beverage. And so we're looking at all these four markets, friends, like we talked about. We have shared the financials with all of you. We'll be happy to take any questions that you want, and maybe some questions I can answer, which is also on the menu, which I see some questions on the menu. So there are three formats. The kiosk obviously will not have, because it is not a full service cafe, will not have the entire offering. It will have largely some beverages and some form of, bakery, which is pastries. But the full-fledged format would include the entire variety of tea, coffees, cold, hot, some specialty brews also that will come into full offering, cakes, pastries, and also some menu, which is the food menu, will also be part of the full-service cafe. Now, with respect to the supply chain, equipments and a lot of supplies would be sourced, locally from India. We have national distributors who have these equipments and supplies available, but some proprietary products will import from Vietnam, right? So I hope that answers. I saw a question also on the supply chain. The entire training and support to the franchise partner would be given by Fran Global, the Indian master franchisee, which is us, and we'll also take support from 3 o'clock team, leadership team, Phi and Tuan, and especially our first few partners. Will also encourage them to go to Vietnam to take the entire training in their outlets, which they run across Vietnam. So that should be helpful. But anything specific, friends, you want to know, please let us know. I'm just going through some of the questions which are common for all and would benefit. Does the AD have to open one cafe? Akashi, yes, we would prefer area developer to open the big format, because this is something that gives a complete experience of 3 o'clock dine-in. We can only make an exception where if we get a very premium location, maybe a mall or a high street where we want to be there and we don't have an option to take a bigger space, we can accommodate a smaller one. But ideally, our preference would be the full format for an area developer. Are you open for single unit or only master franchisee? So this is a question I see from Mr. Rajesh Seth. So Rajesh, we are preferring area developer. We are looking for a master franchisee for other countries, which is Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Bangladesh. For India, we're looking for an area franchisee, and we have shared the locations where we want. We have split the entire country into 4 odd regions, rather 5 categories, where A plus and A are the top 6 cities in India, where we see a potential of 50 units for Delhi, Bangalore, Bombay, and subsequently 25 units for cities like Hyderabad, Chennai, and Bangalore. And the other cities are B plus, B and C, where we see a potential anything from 5 units to 15 units. So I don't know which particular location you come from, but if you're looking to also consider unit franchisee, we'll be happy to speak with you. Yes, Swarupji, the financials that we discussed in the previous slide. So there are two kinds of financials that we presented. One is the financial for a unit store, which is 300 square feet, 1,000 square feet, and 3,000 square feet format. And the other financials that we talked about was the territory fee, which means that if you take the territory, that's how we have split the entire country. There's a fee to own the territory. So as an area franchisee, you would own the territory by giving that fee as the area developer fee. And this will also give you the right to own and operate one location. So there is no additional fee that is being charged to the area developer for owning their first location. It is inclusive. And on top of that, the investment that would go is to put the entire unit in place. So the investment for an area developer includes the area franchise fees and investment in one unit that he would own and operate. And just to make it simple, the way that we have worked on the financials and the sharing between the area developer and the parent, even if you achieve 40% of the rollout, so we've kept a rollout of say 50, for example, in the top cities, and bring that down to about 25 odd lakhs for A grade cities. So even if you achieve about 40% of that rollout, and not even going to 50, 60 or 100% of that rollout, even if 40% of that is achieved, you recover your entire franchise fees that you pay to 3 o'clock coffee for developing and taking the rights of that territory. And over and above, you also get a share in the royalty. So franchise fee is a one-time fee that would come on appointment of each sub-franchise in the territory. And royalties are monthly royalties that our area franchisee would have a share. How about local logistics and supply chain? Yes, Sanjay ji, the entire local logistics supply chain is set up in India between our companies, Franchise India and Global. We have a big team that takes care of entire product development and operations support. Rajeshi, yes, you're right. When we talk about India context, our pricing would be similar to, I would say, Barista, very, very competitive pricing. But if you look at the pictures and the experience, this is world class. You know, it is comparative to say, I would say, the experience that you get in some of the top locations run by Starbucks. So experience is obviously at the top. But if you look at pricing, it will be somewhere what Barista Costa is doing in India. So our pricing would be similar to that. Okay. Great. Friends, if you have more questions, I'll request Prabhakar if you want to share your email ID and also your contact number. And friends, I'll also leave a hotline number, which is 9717683838. This is the hotline number. And I will also leave an ID, which is feedback@franchiseindia.in. I will also request Prabhakar to share his details. You can directly reach out to him. He's working with our teams across India. So 3 o'clock, we have partners. I have also direct team who are working on the project across the country. So wherever you are from, we'll be happy to meet you in person. And before the meeting, we'll also request if you all share your profiles with us. We'd like to little understand your background before we can meet, and we'll be happy to take our discussion forward. And Fee, before we close, I'll request you and Tuan for your closing remarks.
So thank you very much, Sonia, and thank you, the team at Franchise India, for trusting in us and taking a very exciting opportunity over to the Indian subcontinent. And I believe that there will be a lot more that we can do in expanding the brand over in India. And I guarantee you that, you know, with the international professionalism that myself, my team, and also the Franchise India team is already having, together with a vibrant and a great business opportunity lying ahead, I'm sure that there will be success for both of us, for all of us, and for all of us to together brewing coffee and happiness for people in India and the other countries, Nepal and Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, with success financially and as well as in our value-driven journey.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Fee. Juan, I'll request you to also share some closing words with all our friends.
Thank you so much for the further and we will looking forward to success together. Thank you so much.
Prabhakar, you want to add anything?
Definitely yes. Definitely yes. So good afternoon, everyone. Though these two beautiful ladies, Fee and Thuan, have talked passionately about the brand which they are building in Vietnam, I'll talk about the aspects of the brand which have touched me personally, which has touched my heart, and also the trends in the Indian subcontinent on the coffee and how they are the best match to each other. See, Vietnam as a country is known for its magnificent landscape, tasty food, Vietnamese coffee, and most importantly, the most friendly people on the earth. It's also the second largest coffee exporter in the world. Now, it's very well evident that it is the fastest growing tourist market for Indians. Now, when these people go to Vietnam and come back, they look forward for the same brand in India and Indian subcontinent. And that's where the demand comes off. Talking about the brand, it is a top 10 Vietnamese brand in 2024. It is the prioritized and most trusted brand in 2024. Having established its success story in GCC, Indonesia, and Thailand, now this exciting brand is available in Indian subcontinent, which is obvious bunch of countries in this. Talking about the trend in India and Indian subcontinent, customers are now increasingly looking forward for places to socialize, relax, and have a quality cup of coffee. Right? There's a high preference of coffee among the generation Z, which also fuels the demands in India. I've been interacting with Fee and Thuan, and they're very excited And we also franchisee India team is excited to support the onboarding franchisee and area developers in the best way possible, be in terms of training, supply chain, even we are ready to adapt the product to the requirement of Indian subcontinent and in terms of operation support. Me, I'm Prabhakar Meshu and my team will be more than happy to help you in this journey, in this exciting journey. I put my phone number and I'll be subsequently putting my email also in the chat box. So looking forward to see you, looking forward for interaction from your side. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Great. Everyone, that's it for the day. I would like to thank all the viewers who joined this webinar and stayed with us for almost an hour and learned about the brand and the business opportunity. We would also like to thank all the panelists, the founders, the co-founders, Sonia ma'am, Prabhakar, Nikita, to be with us throughout the webinar and sharing the different aspects of business. So that's it for the day. In case if anyone would like to get in touch with us, Prabhakar has already shared his number in the chat box. You can contact him directly after this webinar, or in case if you would like to call us on our hotline number, that is 9717683838, or you can also write to us at feedback@franchiseindia.in. So that's it for the day. Tomorrow we will again come up with a new brand and we'll explore the another business opportunity at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Till then, take care and have a nice day. Thanks so much.